Yeah. We've had many singer-songwriters come through here, some just amazing performances, and tonight's not going to be any different. I am very, very excited about this lineup tonight. This is part of not only showcasing the great songwriters that we have in Humboldt County, but also hopefully to inspire the songwriter within each of you to maybe keep writing or start writing again or start writing. And so we're going to not only hear a lot of original songs, but talk a little bit about the songwriting process and the songs and things like that. So hopefully this will be something that you can take home as well. So let me introduce tonight's amazing lineup. I'll start with the gentleman right here on my immediate left, your right. Wait. Anyway, he is one of the most original songwriters I know. He is also an incredibly talented musician. You may know him from the Absent Quartet or Canary and the Vamp. Mr. John Ludington. Next to him, one of the most determined people I know. She has run businesses. She is a world-class river rafting guide. She is a new marriage and family therapist. And she's just an incredible singer-songwriter. She's been singing all her life. How about a great big hand for Melanie Barnett? Our next songwriter, actually, I was not on my radar till last year. And at the 11th hour, he filled in for our songwriter class that we did as part of the folk school, and I'll talk more about that later. But he, the reviews we got from the people who did his class were really quite amazing. His group is Red Hot Shame. He also puts together something called the Humboldt Music Showcase Festival, or something close to that, right? Yeah, down in San Francisco, where he brings 4 bands down to San Francisco to show them that Humboldt County is got some great stuff. So how about a big hand for Xeff Scolari, everybody? And then on my far left, a returner, and I should say John has done the songwriter showcase a couple times, but Sari Baker has also done it a couple of times. She's been kind of in retirement or hiding, and she's come out in the last couple of years.
I haven't had any material. I've had such a happy marriage.
It's a problem. I can relate to that. So. But anyway, a great songwriter, and we're so thrilled to have Sari Baker back, accompanied by Mr. Xeff Scolari on the guitar. And so we're going to go around, and we're going to let each of them do a song and talk about it. And Sari, we're going to pick on you first. So okay. What are you going to sing first?
Okay, well, this first song is actually off of my CD with Mike Craighead called True, and it's the title track. And you may notice a theme in my material. When I was happy in my 20s, I was busy off being happy. I was not at home writing songs. So this particular individual, I wrote 12 songs about him, and this is one of the first ones. And Xeff was kind enough to learn this song to play with me. So it's called Something True. And let me just... All right. I thought I found something right. I thought I found something true. Thought it was you, thought it was you. Soon it came to light. But most of it wasn't true. With all of your pretty lies, you made me Yeah, now it's through. Now it's through, yeah. Now it's through.
So, Sari, what is it about heartbreak and things that makes for a good song? I mean, why do we have that in common?
It's really cathartic for me, I guess. If I'm going through something and have feelings about something, it's a way for me to kind of process it and tell that story and just get it out of my, head and my heart and create something that I can sing later if I'm feeling that way, or just, it takes a while to get over some people, so sometimes you end up singing songs a lot in the shower, in the car, and, so for me it was just really cathartic.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Interview cap for a second.
All right.
All right. So what do you got for us here?
Do you want me to talk about the song, or do you want me to just...
We could talk about it before or after, or whatever you want to.
How about I just play it? This is called Waterlogged.
Great.
Set sail. Oh, how I've tried to no avail. So you be the hammer and I'll be the nail. There's not much to lose now, won't hurt if we fail. So get a hold on, or get a move on, go on, get gone. So get a hold on, or get a move on, go on, get gone. This boat we're on has taken on more than it should hold. Waterlogged. So you plug the hole up and I'll grab a pail. Not much to lose now, won't hurt if we fail. get a hold on, or get a move on. Go on, get gone. So get a hold on, or get a move on. Go on, get gone. So get a hold on, or get a move on. Go on, get gone. So get a hold on, or get a move on. Go on, get gone. Hello.
When did you write that song?
Why did I write that song? It was an experiment in trying to write less autobiographical for me and write about something adjacent. So this was a friend of mine's relationship that was getting a hard start. And so I just kind of used the mechanism of trying to fix a boat and make it seaworthy to tell that story. And there's two others that I'll play later that kind of tie into that. But yeah.
Great. And how long have you been writing songs?
Probably since my late teens when I discovered I was a horrible musician and couldn't play other people's music. So I started writing my own because then it's like, hey, that's the way it goes. No one can tell you that it's wrong, you know?
There's a lot of wisdom in that. Yeah. Yeah. You did something during the pandemic where you did like a remote open mic.
Yeah. It was called Shelter and Play, and right when how many people have heard of Shelter and Play?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks for being a part of it. Yeah. It was just when the pandemic hit and all the shops closed up, and I was having fun doing open mic. That all came to a screeching halt. So I did this online open mic, and we would just take turns live streaming, just like as if you were going to be here doing it, just take turns live streaming and refresh the page. The next person would come up, do their songs. We would vote on what the theme would be for the next week. So it became a really good writing tool. I wrote a lot of songs during that time because we'd set the theme for the next week, and then you'd have a week to write a song about that theme and then perform it.
And do you respond well to having a deadline?
I do. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Great. Xeff Scolari, everybody.
Thanks.
All right. Melanie,
All right.
what do you got for us here?
Okay, so I play in a local band now. I mean, they're a lot of them, or all of them, are my songs, and so I'm going to play some of them acoustically tonight. The band that I play in is called Wild Abandon, and I'm going to break it down a little tonight. So this song's called Wolves. Well, I want a lover who identifies with me, one who keeps a piece of my soul buried. I'm over wishing and I want it to wash it. I'm like a wreck in a storm, no harbor for a home. These eyes have been a witness to follow many loved ones who spit and swallowed their words with their actions. What actions? Took longer than expected to reach the other side, to reach the other side. With the directions I was born with, thrown to the wolves and back again, thrown to the wolves and back again. Well, I was falling to pieces, tied in some pretty packed jail, made of a bow of excuses and absences. That's when you strode in, the perfect embodiment of a knight in shining. What a character! Whoa. Well, I took my first chance to slay and attack the princess that I thought I was, dissolved in a dragon I became. It took longer than expected to reach the other side, to reach the other side. With the directions I was born with, thrown to the wolves and back again, thrown to the wolves and back again. They don't care that you are all bones, that you are all bones, oh no. They don't care that you are bones, you are all bones, bones. Longer than expected to reach the other side, to reach the other side. The directions I was born with, thrown to the wolves and back again, thrown to the wolves and back again.
Thrown to the wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was rough. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that particular song, or you want to talk about how you write songs? Or?
Yeah. Well, the hook came to me driving to Whale Gulch. Has anyone ever been there? Yeah. My friends have a cabin out there, and I spend a lot of time out there going back and forth, some solitude. And I remember you take a left after 2 ridges, before the 3rd, when you hit Shelter Cove. And so as I was driving, I'm like, I think I should be there by now, and I'm not. And so when I got there, I wrote the song, and it was, it took longer than expected to reach the other side, because the ridges just kept going, and I think at some point it turned around, and I backed up. But so there was an inspiration there, and it was that song was written in Whale Gulch. Yeah.
And then how long does it take you to finish the song, typically?
It really depends on the song. Some are instantaneous, and some are a year or 2. Yeah, depending on the flow, or my flow, I guess, at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. John Ludington. I forgot to mention he has a brand new CD he's just put out. And is this from that? Or is
This is from that. I'm going to play mostly from that album that I just released.
And what is this one called?
This is called Bulletproof. All right, here we go. Hard-soled shoes on a hardwood floor. "7 a.m. on a Sunday. I don't worry about making noise anymore. The bar's set 10 feet above me. There is a way beyond this routine tedium. Play every day like a song and try and make it sing. Play every day like a song and try and make it swing. Boy running laps through filthy pigeons, swelling in the air. He tears at the fake evergreen on the railing. His dad doesn't care. I want to muse from up inside the gazebo, pose as a peevish old man, cursing in Italian, head like a prune, smells like a sandwich. What can I give now that I've been set free? It was easy to pretend when you were holding me. What's left of my toolkit? Now I know I'm not bulletproof anymore. Sold the guitar, slept on a bench in the park, poems in the rain, sing till the neighbors pound, rhythm on the wall. Thanks for the inspiration, leapt in the dark, swept up a broken heart. Frost on the grass of winters past melts in the January sun. Ooh, I thought you'd be there to keep me laughing. That's what I lived for, ooh. Walk off the glum, sing something, hack through a bossa, play every day like a song, try and make it sing. Play every day like a song, try and make it swing. What can I give now that I've been set free? It was easy to pretend when you were holding me. What's left of my toolkit? Now I know I'm not bulletproof anymore. Sold the guitar, slept on a bench in the park, poems in the rain, sing till the neighbors pound, rhythm on the wall. Thanks for the inspiration, leapt in the dark, swept up a broken heart, sold the guitar, slept on a bench in the park, poems in the rain, sing till the neighbors pound, rhythm on the wall. Thanks for the inspiration, leapt in the dark, swept up a broken heart.
Thank you, Chris. So, John, you have a very unique style of songwriting. How does that develop?
Well, I don't know, because my dad taught me how to play, Tom Dooley and Where Have All the Flowers Gone, and some Joni Mitchell tune.
Good traditional folk material.
Maybe it was Joni Mitchell.
Maybe, yeah. Because, there's a voice that you have, a style that's, you don't sound like anybody else. I don't
Thanks.
know. Yeah. Are there people now that you listen to that influence your songwriting?
I started listening to Animal Collective a while back. I don't know. Yeah. I like listening to my friends sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing super inspiring. right now.
Okay. And do you write every day?
I wish I could say yes.
Yeah. You just
But that one came from a songwriter group, sort of just after the pandemic.
Okay.
It did not go viral. Congratulations. But yeah, that one came from a group. The word was toolbox, and then I changed the name of the song to Bulletproof.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff, I want to mix up the order a little bit. Are you willing to go next?
Yeah, sure.
What do you got for us?
This is part 2 of the Waterlogged 3 songs, so
Okay.
continuing the story.
Continuing,
And, yeah, this being the middle part, this is where everything goes to hell. You know, this is my Empire Strikes Back of the trilogy. This is called Overboard, and it's the couple has launched the boat and they're in the middle of the ocean and it just goes badly. So.
Gray skies up above, below the bones of our evermore. Be warned, oh my love, there's no compass to point me to your north. We're lost, aren't we now? So let me bail out. Our sails have been torn by the unforgiving will of this storm. We've gone overboard. I don't think we're gonna make it to shore. We've lost, oh, and how? So let me sink down.
You got to answer at least one question after
Yeah.
each song. But so, Red Hot Shame is sort of a rock band. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm definitely out of my element here.
Do you do the same songs in both bands?
Not that one. That last one I don't ever really get to play too much. Or maybe I'll just show that to the band. What do you think there, Spencer?
Yeah. But,
It's a lot of these songs I am doing kind of, the mellower version of it. But yeah, with the full band, it's different song.
Yeah. Do you think differently about writing a song for the band versus, or just...
Not really. I pretty much write for me and the guitar, and
Okay.
then bring it to them, and we develop it from there. And yeah.
Yeah. And how often do you write?
Just when lightning strikes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just whenever it hits. There's, I what I do for my job, I do a lot of driving around, so I get a lot of time to just think of things, and so I'll use my phone and put little lyrics down and build them over a long time, and little melodies. I've even sung into my little thing, and then get home and figure that out. And yeah, just whenever it strikes.
So you have fragments that you sit down with periodically?
Lots of fragments, and then they eventually form a puzzle, gets put together.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying to have some logic to who goes next, but none of them I really know who's playing next at this point. So Melanie, what are you going to do for us here?
Okay, this song I wrote about one of my best friends. She's from Alaska. I live with her, and yeah, it's an important relationship. And I was getting ready for band practice one night, and I was supposed to have a new song, and I didn't have one.
So once again, the deadline theory works.
So in 30 minutes, I was like, so this is that song. It's called Alaskan Beauty. Alaskan beauty, blonde, yellow, gold hair, skin clear like an angel, the ice and tears, skies in the morning, depending on the day. She moves over mountains, she rests in the clay. Took a walk in the forest, I heard noises so deep, wondered if they were coming, always coming for me. Called her up, asked, can you spend some time? If you're gonna blow across the states, will you blow into mine? She's a traveling queen, caravan of dreams, living from her heart, no one can stop her. She's a traveling queen, a caravan of dreams, living from her heart, no one can stop her. Hatchet for a father, a nest for a bed. Time doesn't stand still, it's only worth living in. 2 steps forward and 1 wheel on the track. How far you gonna get with a car like that? Don't worry yourself with the things you can't control. Is it worth fighting for if it does not have gold? You've been down this road one too many times. With a map like that, with the map, you're sure to lose your mind. She's a traveling queen, a caravan of dreams, living from her heart, no one can stop her. She's a traveling queen, a caravan of dreams, living from her heart, no one can stop her. And I'll end it with, she recently, maybe 2 years ago, she helped buy Redwood Roots Farm and started a worker-owned co-op. And so if you need a CSA next year, you can go and get one from her. One of the Alaskan Beauties works there. She's one of the owners.
Okay. Well,
That's my
know,
plug.
I know somebody there. I'll have to ask about that. So I want to ask you the chicken or egg question, since you said you wrote that song in a half hour. Melody first, chords first, words first?
The chords. The
Chords?
Yeah, it was just E minor. Well, it's on the capo. I'm not
No,
very trained.
you don't have to explain.
Yeah.
But this is a lay audience, Sarah. Yeah, we're not.
It was the chords first.
Yeah, but that's your process usually. You kind of come up with a sort of rhythm and.
Sometimes it's poetry, or sometimes it's like a little freestyle improv. In the car, at the grocery store. But yeah, that one was chords first.
Because you said you've been singing and making up melodies since you were like 5 years old or
I
something.
think the first one was folding chairs. You can take them anywhere. Something like that, yeah.
Could have been a good commercial jingle.
Could have been jingles.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks, Melody. So I do want to point out that I missed this completely, but somewhere in there, Chris managed to get a new microphone and all set up right there. And I wasn't even paying attention. I looked over and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to give up my microphone again. And nope, Chris has got it all set up here. So John, what are you going to do for us?
All right. Well, this is another one off of the same album that I just released.
Which is that for sale at intermission here?
Only online.
Only online, okay.
But you can find it on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, okay.
Yeah. You can find it on my website. Unfortunately, it is down right now.
Okay, sorry about that.
Thanks.
Yeah. What's the song called?
This is called Come On Ned. I almost named the album this, but I pushed a button and the lights went on, trying things I've never done before, like the synapses up till dawn. I felt a tremor in the force just now. I think they launched the Pentagon. Death Star is coming in hot. Why won't we pick up the pieces we've dropped? A young nation feeling bold, muscle-bound schizo never gets old. Sign on the line, clear out your mind, head to the grind. Come on then, you're doing fine. Sign on the line, clear out your mind, head to the grind. Come on then, you're doing fine. I dropped a rock and the ripples went out. I don't believe in a second chance, but you and me, hey, we could still dance. I like the chrome on your brand new dome. You never change on the inside. It comes across when you're back on the sauce. I write the songs that are way too long, too many words that no one's heard. I raise my voice 'cause I don't have a choice. Sign on the line, clear out your mind, head to the grind. Come on then, you're doing fine. Sign on the line, clear out your mind, head to the grind. Come on then, you're doing fine. Jazz is a long-winded, long-lost friend. Some people have tenor saxophone mouth, a run-on sentence till their veins pop out. I chewed my face from the inside, not even sure what I'm running from. All I wanna know is, when can I stop? I hear tinnitus when I quiet my mind. It's better than my neurotic thoughts, but I prefer the racket when the neighbors bang pots. Sign on the line, clear out your mind, head to the grind. Come on Ned, you're doing fine. Sign on the line, head to the grind. Now clear out your mind. Come on Ned, you're doing fine.
the bachelor button right back in the bay. From the bench where you gave it to me, where the tweakers rap and the seagulls crap. Nobody cares if your love is real. Don't ever give your power away. They'll lock it up and they'll make you pay.
Okay, who's Ned?
Ned is me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you were talking to yourself.
Yeah, Ned is a little bit conflicted because Ned just had a breakup and he's a little angry.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Not right now.
And,
It was
and
a while ago.
that explains some of those sort of like discordant chords that
Yes.
you were thrown in
Yeah,
there.
he's working it out.
Okay. And chicken and egg question for you, like words first, chords first?
I think the chicken and the egg happened at the same time. It was really messy.
Okay, so you pull out the guitar and you start
For that one.
Yeah, mumbling things and
That one happened that way, yeah.
Okay, and in one fell swoop, or
That was a one fell swoop. A lot of the songs on this album were a one fell swoop, yeah.
wow, yeah, great. Thanks, John. Sari, you've been very patient. What do you got for us here?
So this is a this song segues very nicely into the whole deadline chicken versus the egg idea, because this was actually a song. I believe it was Lila Nelson, Meet Me in the Morning. She used to have the Write Your Own Damn Song
Yep.
competition, and so the three words that I was given were mango, anatomy, and lead, and I'm allergic to mangoes, but I really love them quite a bit. They'd be my favorite food if I didn't get a rash every time I ate them. So I had a deadline for this, and this I just kind of I wrote the words to. I didn't have any music, but last year Xeff actually came up with a wonderful guitar accompaniment for it, and it's a blues song, and it's about mangoes. And my allergy. So. You're like a mango, baby. You taste so good, but you're so bad for me. You're like a mango, baby. You taste so good, but you're so bad for me. Sometimes I want you so damn much, Daddy. I just don't care about my allergy. I never tasted one like you, baby. Wish I could pick you from your tree. I never tasted one like you, baby. Wish I could pick you from your tree. Cause now I miss you so damn much, baby. I can't forget your anatomy. Don't give me guavas or papayas. Even passion fruit won't do. Don't want no kiwis, and keep your lychees, cause there ain't nothing tastes like you. You're like a mango, baby. You taste so good, but you're so bad for me. And if I let you touch my skin, Daddy, I just don't know where this might lead. You're like a mango, baby. You taste so good, but you're so bad for me. You're like a mango, baby. You taste so good, but you're so bad for me. And times I miss you so damn much, baby. I just don't care about my allergy. Don't give me guavas or papayas. Even passion fruit won't do. Don't want no kiwis and keep your lychees, 'cause there ain't nothing tastes like you. You're like a mango, baby. You taste so good, but you're so bad for me. And if I let you touch my skin, Daddy, I just don't know where this might lead. Yeah, if I let you touch my skin, Daddy, I just don't know where this might lead. Thank you.
I do have to give out kudos to Xeff Scolari there playing the guitar. So, would you say that is a metaphor, or is that just a song about mangoes?
No, it's both. I mean,
Okay.
it's funny because actually the guy that I wrote the 12 songs about, he was a Kiwi. So, but there's a little play on words there, but
Okay.
yeah.
And I mean, the chicken and egg question for you. I mean, you don't play an instrument, right? So you do you just sing the melody and?
I usually, I'll just kind of, sometimes it'll be all in one fell swoop, and other times it'll, I'll come up with a hook, and then it'll take a while for me to come up with all the verses, and every once in a while I'll even come up with a bridge, which is really exciting, Yeah, that one, basically, I write my songs in my head. I don't read or write music, so I just kind of make them up and memorize them, and then someone has to come along and basically read my mind to figure out what the music is that I'm hearing to accompany them. So I'm really grateful to Xeff for bringing this song to life, because it was just an a cappella song before he added his guitar.
And did you? And did you start singing in the gospel choir, or?
I started in a kids choir. I grew up in McKinleyville, and the first choir that I was in was a kids choir with Sandy Hatch. She was the director, and then I was in that from about 5 to 10, and then I joined the Redwood Coast Children's Chorus when I was about 10, and we went to Russia in 1989. Wow. And I was there for, they did several trips. That was the only one that I went with them on, but they went to Ireland and Portugal, and I know I'm forgetting a couple other places, but Kathy Leith, who is no longer with us, she was an amazing chorus director, and I did that for quite a while until I was probably 15 or so, and then I branched out on my own. I was a huge Bonnie Raitt fan at the time, but then I was working with Karen Dumont at the time that I joined the Arcata Interfaith Gospel Choir.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're going to do one more round here and then take a short intermission. And Melanie, would you be kind enough to kick off this round?
Sure.
fill my cup right here at this old spring in Helena. I've been drinking from the water, waiting to feel something for days. It keeps on coming, I still haven't changed my ways. You look to me for answers, I've got nothing new to say. I tend to drive out the 299, remove myself from everything, listen for insight and wisdom, won't you come? Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. This is the price you pay to kiss these lips. I ask you stay, but I don't know how I could talk you into dealing with the ambivalence. Follow the leader, they all said. How can I do that? I'm not sure. I tend to get in the front of the line. Somehow it seems to be a way that I am organized, compartmentalized, darling. I can't put it aside. I can't put myself aside anymore. Hey, hey. This is the price you pay to kiss these lips. I ask you stay, but I don't know how I could talk you into dealing with the ambivalence.
You have to at least tell us the name of that song. Does it? It
Let's
doesn't.
call
have-
it Helena.
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 Okay.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was a fairly personal song. I mean, anything else you'd like to share about it, or we could talk about the weather or how the river is doing these days. Or
The river's very low.
the river's very low. Okay, good to know.
450. Yeah, it was very low. Lots of rocks last weekend.
Very good, Melanie Barnett, everybody. All right, John. What are you thinking of for this one?
All right, this is from the same album, and not every song on this album is about a breakup.
No?
Nope,
Oh, okay. I mean,
it's got an arc.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So what's this one called?
this is called Hazel.
Hazel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Haven and Hazel. Haven and Hazel eyes, fierce embraces and soft goodbyes. Take my hand, it's high tide, and take a walk on the dock. Ooh, let's trespass, see the derelict boats out on the marina. Long ago they say that you and I were young, and we'd realize these human forms So the myth goes you made all the stars, and I created the one to guide us. Whoa. Must be why I can see so clearly now. Dance with me on the sand while sun goes down. We don't know the steps, oh, but it's smooth somehow. Must be why I can feel so deeply now. Haven and Hazel, Haven and Hazel eyes, fierce embraces and soft goodbye. Sit with me, baby, right in the riverbed. Let the tadpoles kiss your toes. Everyone sees us, frog and the dragonfly, snake with her head up high. Once upon a time when you and I were wind, where every tale begins to blossom. So the myth goes you drew wings on every fledgling, breathed life to every sapling. Ooh, must be why I can feel so deeply now. Dance with me on the sand while the sun goes down. We don't know the steps, ooh, but it's smooth somehow. Must be why I can see so clearly now. The last of summer shining bright in those hazel eyes. Got to let it go. Whoa, surrender, no ending. The river to the sea, so heavy just to be. I am the cresting wave. The last of summer shining bright in those hazel eyes. Got to let it go. Ooh, surrender, no ending. The river to the sea, so heavy just to be. I am the cresting wave. Lucky just to be, I am the crashing wave.
Do you write on the guitar? Is that your main composing instrument?
Mainly. I think I've written one song on the bass, and then when I was a kid, I tried playing on the piano a couple times, writing.
Okay. And you're very rhythmic in your playing. That's clearly a conscious choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to make an effort to not write songs that are like that, like you just heard, where it's just constant jigga-da-jugga-da-jigga-da-jugga. Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, and you like to mix it up during the song.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're trying. Yeah. Yeah. You have an arc to the songs, and we'll change your pace pretty much. And most of yours just to wake up the audience or see if they're listening. Or, yeah. Great. Thanks, John. All right, Sari, what are you gonna?
Well, I would like to dedicate this next song to pheromones because I blame them for the 12 songs I wrote about that guy from New Zealand. But I wouldn't really call this a breakup song because you can't break up with someone that you weren't exclusive with in the first place. So it's just about wishing. I'm sure we've all had those moments where you're in love with someone, and then they're in love with someone else, and the person they're in love with is in love with somebody else. And why does it never work out that the two people, the same two people can just be in love with each other instead of it being this kind of daisy chain of,
Well, if it did, you wouldn't write any songs.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I'd have a much smaller catalog. So this song is called Mine. And well, baby, I don't have you here, and I doubt if I will ever see you again, 'cause now you're gone to Lord knows where, and I don't even know that you would call us friends. So why can't I find someone like you who needs someone like me? And why do I have feelings this strong for something that just can't be? And why can't I turn and walk away and leave it all behind? And why does a heart that ends up being broken end up being mine? I watched this come till I saw you go. And why I didn't think and why I didn't run, I may not ever know. I knew you'd leave, and I knew I'd stay. What I can't figure out is why my heart hoped and might go any other way. So why can't I find someone like you who needs someone like me? And why do I have feelings this strong for something that just can't be? And why can't I turn and walk away and leave it all behind? And why does a heart that ends up being broken end up being mine? And baby, why are the nights so slow when you were not around? I don't know why I can't overcome this thing that holds me down. It's just that I swear I can't stand still if I know you're in town. And lately, I think this heart of mine, it only slows me down. So now I'm left with my wounded pride. Well, sure, I'll patch it back together, but you can still feel the scars inside. I wish I knew just who to trust and who would take my love and want it instead of leaving it to gather dust. So why can't I find someone like you who needs someone like me? And why do I have feelings this strong for something that just can't be? And why can't I turn and walk away and leave it all behind? Why does a heart that ends up being broken end up being mine? And why does a heart that ends up being broken end up being mine? Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know what we would do if we didn't have breakups and to write songs about and things like
Or near misses in this case. I know my dad's really happy. My dad's in the audience tonight. My dad's really happy that that guy finally left town. And
All right. Well, we're going to do one more song here, and then we're going to take a short intermission. Xeff, are we going to finish the trilogy
Yeah,
here?
let's finish the trilogy.
Okay.
Things go better in the last part. They reach land. It's happy, and in fact, the couple that I wrote this about is actually doing well too. They've gotten married and have a kid, so it's all good.
It's all because of you.
It's all good.
Yeah.
This was the hardest song for me to write, actually. We can talk about it after if you want, but yeah, this was hard. You talk about deadlines. I had to set the deadline on Shelter and Play with the ocean theme for me to make sure I got this done on time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had a week to do it?
I did, but yeah. Okay, so this is called Landfall.
Undertow has grabbed a hold, I'm giving in, although I feel alright. I've no will to fight. I dropped the anchor through the hole and then I sank her, though what's left afloat can make our life bold. I feel the current nudging us to set out. We gotta keep the best, dump the rest. There's some wind left in our clouds. It's either sink or swim, lose or win. We just better figure it out before we hit landfall. Still afloat, so to the bone, at last we're headed home. All stars at night, but there's no searchlight. If I see land, I'll try again to be a better man, 'cause I know you know I've been down below. The dips and swells are playing hell with our hearts. We gotta keep the best, dump the rest, let it drift down to the sharks. It's either sink or swim, lose or win, just better figure it out before we hit landfall. Oh, here we go, full sail ahead. Oh, here we go, full sail ahead.
Does the couple know that you wrote the songs about them?
No.
No.
No, this is a small town. I write songs about everybody, and they don't know.
Good to know. Okay. Are they in the audience here? No.
No, they're not. No.
I don't want to start any rumors or anything like that. Yeah.
But that was a hard one for me to write because of the way I had to fit the syllables and also my rhyming scheme. Like, if I see land, I'll try again to be a better man,
So you sort of had the link first.
Yeah, it was really a puzzle to put this all together, and it was one of the hardest and most challenging songs. And plus, it was like the end of the story, so I had to finish that and make them get to land in a poetic way, And,
So actually, it raises another interesting question, which I may ask some of the others of you. But how do you know when a song's finished?
I've got a lot of Sometimes you just know, but when in doubt, I've got a lot of friends that I bother them with my music a lot and send it to them. And sometimes, like that song, actually, it was my friend Steven that came up with the title of it, Landfall, and then it kind of pushed me into the way to go with it, So sometimes it's a collective effort.
Well, I think, I don't know about the audience here, but for me to have the four of you with such different styles and everything is just really a treat. So we are going to take a short 15-minute intermission. About 5 years ago, our local public television station, Keat TV, did they were showing the Ken Burns documentary on country music. And so they did a country song contest where they wanted people to submit their song to, their lyrics to their song. And they were going to choose 3 winners. And Cadillac Ranch, our local great country band, was going to set them to music and perform them. So I had written a song about a dozen years ago when I was in a band called Fickle Heart, but we never. And I was like, Fickle Heart. Well, there's a song right there, right? I mean, you can write a song about that. And so I wrote the song, but I never quite had the music down to what I wanted. And so the song's been sitting around languishing at that point for 9 years or so. And I was like, you know what? I'll submit this song. Why not? I'm not doing anything with it. I don't have any music to it. And Cadillac Ranch, they'll know what to do with this song. So I was one of the 3 winners. We have another winner here, Tina Catalina, who was also one of the winners. And we go to the event, and I get to hear my song set to music by my good friend, Mr. Rick Levin. And I want to play this song for you, and I want you to, in particular, kind of listen to the lyrics, and we'll talk about it afterwards. So, Russ, if you could.
First you beg me to stay, then you tell me to go. You say you don't want me, then need me so. It's got to your love, your mind, it's tearing me apart, and I can't take it no of your fickle heart. You say I'm the only one that you love. I can tell there's someone new you're thinking of. You know you'd be trouble right back from the start, and I can't take it no of this fickle heart. Your fickle heart will drive me insane. 'Cause when I'm over you, you come back again. I don't mean to be unkind, but I wish your heart would go bigger. It's mine. Friends all tell me that it's not very smart. Go ahead and fall in love with a fickle heart.
It's a beautiful song. I mean, it's really sweet. It's really sincere. It's not what I intended at all. And so I want to set the record straight tonight. So if you'll excuse me just a second. And you know, it's interesting because sometimes you need to hear what the song isn't going to be so you know kind of what it is supposed to be. And I did invite Rick tonight to defend himself. Explain where the song came from. But when I talked to him about it, he said he was sure a woman had written it. So anyway, I haven't warmed up, but let's see if I can do this. First, you ask me to stay, then you tell me to go. You say you don't love me, but then you need me so. It's constant changing of your mind, staring me apart, and I can't take any more of your fickle heart. You say I'm the only one you love, but I know there's someone new that you're dreaming of. I should have known better right back from the start than to go ahead and fall in love with a fickle heart. Your fickle heart is driving me insane. It's just when I'm over you, come back again. I ain't saying this to be unkind, but I wish that your heart would go make up its mind. My friends all tell me it's not very smart to go ahead and fall in love with a fickle heart. And I can't take any more of your fickle heart. So to me, it really showed that, like, even those are almost exactly the same words. So Rick, tweaked them slightly, but very little. So, but completely different songs. So, anyway, thank you very much. We now go back to our regularly scheduled programming. And John, I don't think you've had a chance to kick off around here, so I think we're going to put you up next and tell us a little bit about whatever you want to play. Is this also on the new album?
This is the only one tonight that is not.
Okay.
This is about 20 years old, 18 years old. And I wrote this with my friend Amy Theodore. We were just hanging out in the house I was renting, and we didn't have anything to do. And what happens when two songwriters are hanging out and they have nothing to do? They don't have sex. They write a song. And we wrote this song about, we both just were really into the idea of writing a song about what the media, great song, by the way. That was cool. Thanks for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's about the media and what it does to our minds, and specifically it's about how women are portrayed in the media. Momentum pulling me through, distractions obscuring you. There is a storm around my body, coffee percolating under my skin, a mad wind of ghosts selling ideas. I think I have bought what you are not. Where did you go? Are you suspended
nest. This religion has started to raise some fists. All I see, plastic and wax. Every girl trying to look like that. Blood red and hungry, I'm filled with lust. How can I be a man they can trust? I think I'm out. What the media is babbling about. Needles and pills. Lidless dolls haunting my halls. Dead patriarchs tell of maidens in two-dimensional cells. They're in every room. Pale static blue, but you don't come through. You don't come through. A voice I found walking in the garden. I can feel breath on my skin, whispers forgotten, insects on bending stem, wisdom beating at the ends. I can feel breath on my skin, whispers forgotten. Where did you go? I'm out. What the media is babbling about. Needles and pills. Lidless dolls haunting my halls. Dead patriarchs tell of maidens in two-dimensional cells. They're in every room. Pale static blue, but you don't come through. You don't come through. There is a storm around my body. A mad wind of ghosts selling ideas. There is a storm around my body. A mad wind of ghosts selling ideas.
I mean, the media's gotten a lot better since then, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
I want to, since you kind of opened the subject, I want to talk about co-writing. Do you co-write often?
Not often, but the last Absinthe album was all co-written by Ryan Roberts and me.
Okay. Yeah. And how is that different for you, or?
Very different.
Very different.
We're both control freaks, I think, when it comes to writing. And I just kind of, it was like Ryan had the reins, but I was coming up with a lot of the melodies, and he was telling me where they needed to go. That's the way I see it anyway. It was really fun, and I love the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, John. Sari, what do you think you want to do for us now?
Well, I think this is number 8 of 12.
Okay.
It's
The greatest hits.
yeah, it's called Todd's Prayer, so that should give you a hint. Guess who it's about? Guess what his name was?
That's his real name. You didn't change it to protect
Yes,
the
no, I'm not
innocent.
going to tell anybody his last name or like his
Yeah, no, I
address or
understand,
anything like that. But this is another. It's I guess it's not a breakup song. It's more of like a lamentation of why it didn't work out. But
That's broadly in the broad category of breakup songs, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
They aren't all like you miserable.
most of mine are. But yeah,
no, but they
like,
don't have to be. Yeah.
It's always fun when people would ask me to sing at a wedding, and I'm like, you want me to sing one of my songs at your wedding, or you want to have a cover you want me to do? I have 2 happy songs, I'm pretty sure, but this is not one of them.
Okay.
Prayers all went unanswered, 'cause you would never call. And if we wouldn't, what we did, I wondered if you cared at all. I found you were elusive, so I kept holding on. But you'd be bound to turn around if you could feel a love this strong. But I think you got something that belongs to me. I think you took it with you when you left. I wish you'd give it back, boy, and then just let me be. Because there's something about you that makes me hurt myself. Well, now there's just one shadow at night here on the walls, and the phone stares at me silently from the table down the hall. At first you were just leaving, but now I've been dismissed. Well, this I know I'd give all my dough for just one more sweet kiss. 'Cause I think you got something that belongs to me. I think you took it with you when you left. I wish you'd give it back, boy, and then just let me be. Because there's something about you that makes me hurt myself. And I wish that all my silly dreams would just roll on off my mind. And this pain I pray will go away. I can only give it time. But there's something deep inside of me that keeps me hanging on. Guess it makes no difference to my heart that half of us is gone. In my dreams you follow, I can't leave you alone. Memories here so often now, sometimes I forget you're gone. I never knew the lonely could fill an empty room. And every night my tears arrive with the rising of the moon. 'Cause I think you got something that belongs to me. I think you took it with you when you left. I wish you'd give it back, boy, and then just let me be. Because there's something about you that makes me hurt myself. there's something about you that makes me hurt myself. Oh yeah, there's something about you.
So you mentioned Bonnie Raitt earlier as this influence. Any other influences on your singing? Or
Well, I learned a lot of folk music being in Redwood Coast Children's Chorus, a lot of Hungarian folk songs and English folk songs. And another group that I discovered later in life that I feel like has influenced me is Steel Eye Span.
oh, okay.
Big fan of theirs. And I really like Casey Musgraves. She's really, I want to be Casey Musgraves when I grow
Burn
up.
One Down with John Prine?
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I heard a little Jim Croce in that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
definitely.
of my favorites.
Yeah. Well, and I grew up with the Eagles. You know, my dad was in a band called Fox Farm here locally back in the 70s.
Oh,
and, used to
okay.
play at the Ocean Grove and Hilltop Bar back in West Haven. And I thought, like, he would play Pure Prairie League and the Eagles and Doobie Brothers. And I just figured, you know, he was friends with all those folks because he was playing their songs. And most of the band members looked like they could be on a Doobie Brothers album cover. So that's another influence, I'd say, yeah.
Great. Thanks, Sari. So I'm not a Star Wars fan, but if I understand that they did the middle three trilogy and then they went back to the beginning and did a trilogy and then they did a... Yeah, so...
The middle one's the only one that's good.
That's the only trilogy. You haven't done the... We're not going back to...
No.
You know, okay.
Yeah.
So where are we going with this song?
This was written March of 2020, so right before the lockdowns.
Okay.
And many years removed from the subject that I'm writing about. And I decided to try to be less flowery and use imagery and metaphor and hide everything I'm trying to say, because that's what I like to do. And I was listening to a lot of Tom Petty at the time, and he just has a way of just telling a story, which is plain say it. And so this is my attempt of just saying it plainly.
Great.
It's called For the Last Time.
Started with us some time ago. I hold your hand, but you just let it go. I see a change in the way you look at me. You want the man you think I'll never be. Oh, that was time that you broke my heart for the last time. Yeah, that was the first time that you broke my heart for the last time. As time went on, well, you wandered off. You made mistakes we forgave to get along. You say the lines, oh, you wear the ring, but deep down you think you're settling. Time that you broke my heart for the last time. Yeah, that was the next time that you broke my heart for for the last time. I think that you ought to know I've had enough now, it's time to go. Don't wanna hear how you're gonna change, 'cause last night in your sleep you still said his name. Oh, that'll be the last time that you'll break my heart, for the last time. Yeah, that'll be the last time that you'll break my heart, for the last time. That'll be the last time that you'll break my heart, for the last time. I mean it, this time.
That's a great song.
Oh,
that
thank
is a really, I mean, that whole thing, the next time you'll break my heart.
For the last time. Yeah,
the
yeah.
last time you'll do it for the last time. Yeah, like that's just really great.
Thank you.
You kind of touched on it, so I want to follow up a little bit about the act of being vulnerable in writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned like you kind of sometimes hide.
Yeah.
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 Is it hard? I mean, I know it's hard for me to be so vulnerable writing. So.
It's getting easier. You know, that was the first of my just saying things just straight out. It's developed from there. I'm getting more comfortable with just, saying it like it is, not trying to hide it. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you ever co-write?
Yeah, I did a whole album with my friend Steven called Vanity Project, and we wrote the whole album together. I've written songs with Chad here, who's filming. The band that I'm in now, Red Hot Shame, we just pretty collectively, I might bring the shell to them, but we all work it out together, and it takes shape with everybody's hands in it. Yeah.
And is that hard?
No, it used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah, apparently I was quite the tyrant in my in my early days of being in bands, when I was in my 20s. But yeah, I've found that just you get stuff that you will never get on your own if you just open yourself up to letting other people, put their input in, and you come up with things that I would have never thought of, and then it's great.
Great. Thanks, Xeff.
Thank you.
All right, Melanie, what do you got?
Okay, so being out there and listening is an experience, and then being on the stage and listening is a whole nother experience. Because each time y'all sing, I feel like I'm just like in the emotional, because I'm behind you and I'm listening and I'm watching, and it's really cool. Thank you all for sharing. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to name that. I'm feeling emotional from each of the songs up here. The Ned song, the Mango song, the one you just sang. I'm like, ugh, drawn in. Okay, so now I'll play a song.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this song is called Operate. It's just about how hard it is to change your ways, how hard it is to restructure your structure. So. I recommend that you drink from the bottle at least once in your life. It can taste so much sweeter when you take what you want and you leave out the strife. The bottle is a fiction of your imagination. You made it to make a dime. Sell it by the truckload until you make a profit, until you cross those red lines. But it can be so Yes, it can be so damn hard to try and recreate the ways that you operate. So hard. Well, I recommend that you fall on your face at least once in your life. Learning the hard way is fantasized, but oh, it takes some time. Don't take it from me, not take it from yourself. If it's what's true, whatever you do with your one wild, precious life's up to you. It can be so hard. Yes, it can be so damn hard to try and recreate the ways that you operate. So hard. So usually I'd play this with my band, and there'd be like some crazy solo right here. But we don't have that tonight. We have the rhythm guitar that goes. And then back to the little bridge part. You show up in time and space if you want your name and face showing up in all new ways. Recreate the vision of what you have been given.
How old is that song?
2.5 years.
2.5 years, okay, yeah. And you mentioned the band. Do you co-write with your band, or?
That's a newer thing, yeah. The first album, which also is on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the plug. Started as me. It was called Barnett, which is my last name. And then over time it shifted to adding musicians that were super into, I guess maybe it started in friendship, and then the friendship blossomed into the band, and then with the newer album and the newer stuff we've been writing, it's much more collaborative. And Gabe LeBeau, who plays in Wild Abandon with me, we've been writing some lyrics together lately, which is really fun.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Well, we're coming up on our final round here, and I think we have to go to, once again, over to the beginning here.
I'd like to stand up for this one. And I'd also like to thank Xeff for joining me tonight and backing me up. So this is a love song about a place. And it's probably one of my first loves. Way up in the Highlands is where I came to be, and I do believe, though I did leave, the night doth dwell in me. When I was in the Highland, I knew most every leaf. I sang with the birds and learned every word the branches spake to me. of the past, sweet balloon, and for moments I am free. When I was in Highland, when I was in Highland, when I was in Highland, I knew all this to be. I knew all this to be. I knew all this to be.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you recorded that?
Yes, that's actually on Mad Woman Blues. That's on my first CD.
Okay. And if somebody here wanted to buy one of your CDs, are they still in print? Or?
They are. I think there might even be some at the Works. There used to be, but it's been a while. I have some still.
Did you bring any?
I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. And are you playing any place in the future that somebody who wants to see more of you could go?
Not that we're aware of yet.
Not that you're
but
aware of. Okay. If somebody has a venue, they can contact you and ask you to play.
Yeah. So the story behind that song is I grew up in Dow's Prairie at the end of a gravel road, and there was a forest right next door to my house, and I was an only child. I spent a lot of time out there. It was a very special place to me. And when I was about 15, we moved away from there, and a few years later, the person who owned the property passed away, and McKinleyville was kind of going through a development phase. There was lots of building going on, and I knew that piece of property was eventually going to be developed. And at the time, I was dating somebody down in Los Angeles, and I had heard that the property had changed hands and they were about to start construction. And I kept having these dreams about it, and I kept dreaming that it had been clear cut and it had been graded and it was just sand. And so on the way home, I was driving home from Los Angeles, where I had been seeing my boyfriend at the time, who was not Todd. I wrote this song basically as a love song based on my memories of that place. And I got back into town, and one of the first things I did is went up to that place to visit it, and just like in my dream, they had clear cut it and graded it in my absence. So it was sand. So I have that song to remember it by.
Thanks for sharing that. Sari Baker, everybody. Also, a big hand for Xeff Scolari there. All right, Xeff Scolari. You get one last
song.
One last song.
All right.
If you have one song to sing, what song would it be?
Well, I'm going to use my last song and shine the spotlight on another songwriter that's from this area named Linda Faye Carson.
Oh, yeah.
And let's hear it for her. Yes. She's a really gifted songwriter. She was my partner on Shelter and Play along with Emily Reinhart, but it was Linda that kind of steered Shelter and Play into an avenue to raising money for food for people. Yeah, so you asked about co-writing songs. This, I guess, in a way, is sort of written with her, because these are all things that she said to me as she was getting ready to leave the earth, and just made up of phrases of things she said. Like, for example, if we were hanging out and we were visiting, she had a charming way of going, well, honey, it can only be charming for so long. And that was your cue to like, okay, I'll let you go. She was too polite to go beat it, bud, So there's a lot of things like that in the song. It's all made up of things that she said. And the title is You Can't Make Me, which is what she said to me after I asked her to host Shelter and Play the second time, because the first time it didn't go well. So this is for Linda Faye.
tests and microscopes revealed what's going on with my steady slope. Hearing the end of my song can only be charming for so long. Meals on partition plates, no visitors can't stay. Machines with alarming sounds and hospital gowns. You can't make me. You can't make me. You can't make me. You can't make me. I've had too good of a life to let you take me over now. Make a wish, send me a smile, and you might see me in the clouds. Don't be missing me, I'm as close as your breath. You can't get rid of me, won't leave at your request. You can't make me. You can't make me. You can't make me. You can't make me.
That's a gorgeous song. That really is.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hard. Yeah. Is that hard for you to play?
I was worried about it. I thought I was going to get choked up, but I could just hear her going, "Oh, just knock him dead, honey."
Yeah, I remember Linda Fay. She played with her band here a couple of times.
Lodestar?
Lodestar, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a really force.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
yeah. Beautiful song.
Thank you.
So, Jeff, if somebody wants to see you.
Friday. This Friday at the Gazebo down in Old Town for Friday Night Market.
Friday Night Market,
We'll be
okay.
playing over at the Gazebo for about 3 hours.
Okay, and then the Humboldt Music Festival?
The Humboldt Music Showcase, Humboldt County Music Showcase. That's the end of the month on the 27th down at the Band Shell stage at Golden Gate Park in San Francisco.
So tell your friends, anybody knows them there. And all right. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Melanie, what do you want to leave us with?
Well, so I've written a lot of songs. I've written a lot of breakup songs.
Oh, okay.
I can relate. And in a little bit of a deeper investigation over time, a lot of them ended up actually really being related to an earlier feeling before that, the breakup with my mom. So, yeah. So I found in a lot of my breakup songs, what I was really missing was a love that wasn't just romantic. It was actually much deeper. So this song is on that similar vein. As I'm tuning and talking.
Well, you're doing very well.
Thank you.
I wasn't going to interrupt you.
Yeah. I'm a good multitasker, I'll say that. So I wrote this class for actually a human development final, and that was the first time I played it, was in my human development class when I was in my master's program. And then it evolved from there, and there's a little hook at the end that made it more present to the romantic life. But yeah, it was an interesting discovery to see how much heartbreak in our romantic life is also tied to just something so much deeper. For me, at least.
What's the name of it?
It's called Spitting Image. Mama woke me up to tell me that she had to go, go, go. Don't you know that I'm your eldest? It was about 2 in the morning. I heard the door close, soft and low. But I don't blame her, no, no. It wasn't like this when you were born. It wasn't so hard, it wasn't so hard. All you were looking for was some loving, some kindness. It wasn't so hard, it wasn't so. As much as I try to deny her, I am the spitting image of what once was a woman, child, girl. From my long, long hair down to my backbone, I stand before you, body and soul, just as I am. Born, it wasn't so hard, it wasn't so hard. All you were looking for was some loving, some kindness. It wasn't so hard, it wasn't so. Spent years reflecting on the curse of trying on love when it doesn't quite fit. Yes, I was not ready for the pain that accompanied it. Nah, yet I have a heart is to know your ghosts and invite them in. We are all walking time bombs of our past and present. Our past.
So can songwriting be a little bit of therapy?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's the other thing I do. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of an expert on this
Yeah.
subject, yes.
I know some stuff.
Yeah. So where can we see Wild Abandon playing next?
Yeah, we have a few shows coming up. We're going to play at the Eureka Friday Night Market on August 2nd. We're going to play at the Basement in September, and we're going to play at the Farmers Market in Arcata in October. With one small caveat, our lead guitarist Corey Goldman is going to be not playing. He's resting his ears for the fall. So our friend Michael Stevenson will be subbing in.
He's also, I
Yeah.
mean, Corey's amazing, but
Yeah.
Michael Stevenson's
Yeah.
talented.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So those are the few times if you want to see the band Wild Abandon, where these songs turn into something much more trippy. That's where you could see it. Yeah.
Great. Melanie Barnett, everybody. Okay, John, you get sort of the last word here. And what are you thinking you want to leave us with here?
Yeah, this is the title track from my album. It's called Minute Hand. Everything was fine when I had a solution. You don't need to cry. We don't need to cry. You don't need to cry, love. Everything I own on the bottom of the ocean. Please don't try to find it. No need to find it. I don't need those things anymore. It's a wonder we're still here. I would love to do it again. But you get one chance, one chance. I'm the minute hand of a big old clock when I walk a city block. I walk a city block. I don't know how my legs got so long. It seems I've worked every day of my life and it's almost quitting time. Should be quitting time. Don't you feel that it's quitting time? It's a wonder we're still here. I would love to do it again. You get one chance, one chance. Climb out onto the windshield laughing. You might wind up dead. We could wind up dead. Lucky to learn lessons instead. Well, I'm a total gentleman. I'll hold the door and I'll walk you home. I will walk you home and hope that you ask me in. Everything was fine when I had a solution. You don't need to cry. We don't need to cry. You don't need to cry, love.
I really, really like that song. I've heard it on the radio, and I was like, wow. But yeah, what was behind that?
That was one of those songs that just came out of nowhere. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I just wanted to write something that I could remember how to play when someone said, hey, play that song.
Well, I mean, the chords aren't that complex, but there's a lot of words to your songs.
Yeah. I don't know how I remember them.
I was going to say, I mean, of course, if you don't remember them, nobody else does, so you can change them.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. John Ludington, everybody. How about a great big hand for all our performers? I mean, that's been a wonderful night. But, in the tradition, there needs to be an encore. And so there was, and we don't always do this, but we usually can pull this off. And so there was a brief discussion by email, and we're going to do a song that was written by one of our favorite songwriters, Mr. John R. Cash. And I think we're all going to participate on this one. So.
And you all can too if you want to sing.
Take us away, Jeff.
I hear that train a-coming, it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom prison, and time keeps dragging on. I hear that train whistle blowing on down to San Antonio.
When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
I bet there's rich folks eating in some fancy dining clothes, probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I cannot be free. At least that's how I feel. But that train keeps rolling, and that's what tortures me.
All right, Patrick, take us out.
If that railroad train was mine, bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. Well, and I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
John Ludington, Melanie Barnett, Xeff Scolari, Jeff Smoller, Sari Baker, Russ Cole, and Chris Parreira on sound. Thank you all for coming. It's a beautiful night. We'll do it again.